One of the clearest signs that you're built for the long run, past 60, 70, maybe even 90, is that you still wake up in the morning with something on your mind. Not stress, not anxiety, not worry, but purpose. A reason to stretch those legs, get out of bed, and get started. Purpose doesn't have to be something dramatic. It doesn't mean you're running a charity, writing a novel, or saving the world. Sometimes it just means you're looking forward to watering the plants, calling a friend, feeding the cat, or finishing that puzzle you started last week. Maybe you're excited about your Sunday fishing trip, or you've got a garage project that's been waiting on you. Whatever it is, it keeps you going. People who live long lives almost always have that inner compass, something that tells them, hey, we're not done yet. And that little voice is stronger than it seems. Because when you wake up with purpose, your body follows. Your mind gets sharper, your heart beats with more rhythm, and even your smile feels more genuine. Studies have shown that older adults with a clear sense of purpose are not only happier, but they're healthier too. They have lower chances of heart problems, lower inflammation levels, better sleep, and even improved memory. You might think that sounds like a stretch, but think about it. When you feel useful, you stay active. When you feel needed, you take better care of yourself. When you're looking forward to tomorrow, you've got a reason to live through today. And if you're someone who wakes up and says, well, time to do what I do, with a little grin on your face and a little bounce in your step, that's not just a routine, that's a secret weapon. That's the sign of someone who's got more life to live. Even if it's just keeping the bird feeder full or showing the grandkids how to use a screwdriver properly. Purpose is powerful. And if you've still got it, chances are you've got many good years ahead. Now let's get one thing straight. Longevity has less to do with how fast you move and more to do with the fact that you still do. You don't have to jog. You don't have to lift weights or do yoga poses with names you can't pronounce. But if you still get up, walk around, bend, lift, carry, and stretch, you're sending a message to your body. We're not done yet. The truth is, movement is medicine. Every time you choose to take the stairs instead of the elevator, walk to the mailbox instead of sending someone else, or mow your own lawn just because you still can, your body listens. It rewards you. Your joints stay lubricated, your heart stays strong, and your muscles don't forget their job. You see, many people believe aging is what slows you down. But most of the time, it's the lack of movement that makes aging feel worse than it is. When you stop moving, everything else starts shutting down too. Your balance gets worse. Your mood dips. Your blood pressure rises. Before you know it, the couch becomes your whole world. But for those who keep at it, whether it's walking the dog every morning, dancing with the missus in the kitchen, or just going out to check the weather and wave at the neighbors, those little things add up. Your body doesn't expect you to be an athlete. It just wants to be used. Even slow walking helps. A study from Harvard found that older adults who walk just 30 minutes a day have significantly better health outcomes, and even live longer, than those who don't. Not 30 minutes all at once either. You could do 10 minutes in the morning, 10 at lunch, and 10 before dinner. That's enough to send your heart and brain the message, I'm still in the game. And let's be honest, sometimes the biggest win of the day is putting on your socks without falling over. That counts too. You might creak a little more, grunt when you bend down, and feel like you're walking through molasses some days. But as long as you keep walking, that's what matters. You don't have to be fast. You just have to be consistent. The human body is designed to last longer than most people think, if we keep it moving. Even if your knees sound like popcorn and your back sings a sad country song every morning, movement is still the best medicine there is. And if you're someone who still makes the effort to get up and move every day, congratulations. That's clue number 2, that you might just be in it for the long haul. Let's face it, when you've lived a few decades, you start to realize something important. The little things really do matter. When you're younger, you're always chasing big dreams, new cars, fancy gadgets, or expensive vacations. But as you get older, the thrill of those things starts to wear off. What really starts to bring you joy are the simple, everyday moments. Maybe it's the smell of fresh coffee brewing in the morning, or the sound of the wind rustling through the trees. Maybe it's hearing the laughter of your grandkids, sitting on the porch and watching the world go by, or finding an old book you loved tucked away on the shelf. Simple things that bring peace, warmth, and a sense of belonging. People who live longer are often the ones who have learned to enjoy life's simpler pleasures. They aren't rushing through life, constantly seeking the next big thing. Instead, they savor what's in front of them. A good meal, a beautiful sunset, a chat with an old friend. This doesn't mean you've given up on goals or dreams. It means you've learned to appreciate the moments in between. And that sense of gratitude? It's a huge boost to your health. Studies have shown that people who practice gratitude regularly have lower levels of stress, better heart health, and are even less likely to suffer from chronic illness. So, if you find yourself smiling at the smell of fresh baked bread, or if you take a moment to really enjoy the sound of your favorite song on the radio, that's a sign you're on the right track. It's the simple things in life that can keep us going strong, and those who know how to appreciate them often find themselves living longer, happier lives. One of the most important and sometimes overlooked clues to a long life is the relationships you keep. As we age, the people we spend our time with play a bigger role in our health and happiness than we might realize. And it's not about having a large circle of friends. It's about the quality of those relationships. Long livers tend to surround themselves with positive, supportive people. They're not isolating themselves or spending all their time alone. Instead, they're reaching out to family, friends, and even neighbors. Maybe they have a group of old buddies they meet for breakfast, or a close-knit family who checks in regularly. Maybe it's the people at church or the local community center who make them feel connected and valued. Good relationships aren't just a comfort. They're a key to longevity. People who maintain strong social ties have a lower risk of heart disease, lower blood pressure, and a stronger immune system. They're also less likely to suffer from depression or loneliness, which can be common issues as we age. But it's not just about having people around. It's about having people who matter. The ones who make you laugh, who listen to you without judgment, who remind you that you're not alone. These relationships help you stay engaged with life and give you reasons to keep going, even when things aren't perfect. If you're someone who's always made time for your loved ones, whether it's a weekly phone call, a monthly dinner, or just a quick chat on the porch, that's another sign that you're doing something right. The people around you are a reflection of your own health and happiness, and having a solid support system is one of the greatest gifts for longevity. It's no secret that life can be tough, especially as we get older. Health problems, financial concerns, loss of loved ones. These are things we all face at some point. But what separates those who live longer from those who struggle through life is how they handle stress. Now, don't get me wrong, stress is a part of life. It's natural to feel overwhelmed at times, whether it's because of a tough situation or just the daily grind. But the key to living longer isn't avoiding stress altogether. It's about how you manage it. Those who live to be 90 or even 100 tend to have one thing in common. They don't let stress control their lives. They've learned how to take a step back, breathe, and put things into perspective. Whether it's through meditation, prayer, deep breathing, or simply going for a walk, they've found ways to reset when life gets too heavy. Take a moment to think about the last time you felt stressed. Did you let it consume you, or did you find a way to let it go? Maybe you took a nap, talked to a friend, or watched a movie to distract yourself. People who live longer know that holding on to stress is like holding on to a weight that just drags them down. So they drop it. They find ways to take care of their mental health, and in doing so, they protect their physical health as well. Managing stress doesn't have to involve anything fancy. It's just about finding those little moments of peace amidst the chaos. And when you do that, your body and mind thank you by staying sharp, healthy, and ready to face whatever comes next. One of the best signs that you're meant to live a long life is that you're still curious about the world around you. You don't have to know everything. Let's be honest. At a certain age, most of us are happy to admit we don't. But you still ask questions, wonder about new things, and find joy in learning. When you stop being curious, that's when things slow down. But if you're the type of person who still enjoys a good book, loves listening to stories, or watches documentaries to understand the world better, then you're keeping your mind active. And trust me, keeping your mind active is just as important as keeping your body active. Many long livers find that learning is one of the most fulfilling aspects of their daily lives. Whether it's trying a new hobby like painting or knitting, or learning how to use a new piece of technology, staying curious keeps the brain sharp and engaged. And this isn't just about fun facts. It's about staying mentally fit and keeping your cognitive abilities in top shape. The human brain thrives on new challenges. When you learn something new, your brain forms new connections, strengthens old ones, and keeps you feeling sharp. Long livers understand this and make it a point to keep their brains stimulated. Whether it's through puzzles, games, reading, or even just chatting with others who have different experiences and ideas, they never stop growing. So, if you're someone who picks up a new book every now and then, or if you've been tinkering with a new hobby just to see what happens, you're ahead of the game. Curiosity keeps you young, and those who are still open to learning are often the ones who live the longest. As you age, your perspective on life can change. Many people start to feel like the best years are behind them, and that the future isn't as bright as it once seemed. But one of the greatest signs that you're destined for a long life is when you maintain a positive outlook, no matter what life throws your way. Positive thinking isn't just about ignoring the challenges or pretending everything is perfect. It's about having the resilience to bounce back, to see opportunities and obstacles, and to always look for the silver lining. People who live longer tend to have an optimistic view on life. They believe that tomorrow can be just as good, if not better, than today. This doesn't mean you're constantly in a state of happiness or that you never feel down. Everyone has their moments of doubt, frustration, and sadness. But the key is how you respond to those moments. Do you let them define you, or do you pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and keep moving forward? Studies have shown that people with a positive outlook tend to live longer, healthier lives. Optimism is linked to lower levels of inflammation, better heart health, and even a lower risk of chronic diseases like diabetes. People who look at life with hope and confidence are more likely to engage in healthy behaviors, such as exercising, eating well, and managing their stress. They don't let age or challenges stop them from finding joy in everyday life. If you wake up in the morning, even with a few aches and pains, and still find something to look forward to, whether it's a cup of coffee, a call from a friend, or the simple pleasure of the sunshine on your face, that's a sign you've got a positive outlook. And that attitude can go a long way in helping you live a longer, happier life. So, if you're someone who still believes in the beauty of the world, even with all its ups and downs, you're already doing something right. It's not about having everything perfect. It's about having the mindset that, no matter what, tomorrow holds something good.